Good morning, SA wine lovers, and welcome to our Save South Africa wine live stream. Um, it's weekend, it's Friday, so happy Friday to all of you, as the Americans love to say. I hope everyone has a wonderful Friday and a wonderful weekend. And we today we're looking at firstly at our 1660 campaign. Our 1660 campaign is a campaign where we are featuring one producer a day for the next 60 days. We started on the 30th of August, and this carries on until the 28th of October. And our featured producer for today is Blacksmith Wines. These are naturally handcrafted wines from the Swartland, and to get more idea of what Blacksmith Wines do, go to instagram.com/ the Blacksmith Wines. A very interesting winery, and please support them. Also, if you can go to our website www.savesawine.co.za, you'll also see we have a producer calendar, savesawine.co.za /1660. And then if you can go to our Instagram and leave a comment there, that would be great as well. That's instagram.com/safesawine.co.za. Just want to repeat, our featured producer for the day is the Blacksmith Wines, and they are on instagram.com/the Blacksmith Wines. So please support these guys, and use these hashtags when you share this post. Hashtag 1660, hashtag Save SA Wine, and hashtag Drink South African. Like I said, it's weekend, and I think this weekend everybody should be focusing on getting people to the winelands. Unfortunately, we still have alcohol sales by the wineries on weekends. I just saw a post by Peter Pence in our group where from Network 24, where there's an appeal to the government for allowing wine sales at the wineries on weekends. And Peter is rightly saying that, wineries are reliant on weekend sales. So we need to keep the pressure on in our group. We need to keep on lobbying. So please invite every single person you can find to join our group. Let's visit the winelands. Let's support our wineries. As we know, wineries and winelands tourism has lost more than 2.5 billion rand since March this year in tourism revenue. Um, Also from our side, we've done quite a bit of promotion, and a great way for you to get exposure for your wine, your restaurant, your accommodation, your winelands experience, or your winelands business is to use one of our premium service offerings. We realize that times are tough, and to give a helping hand to our winelands businesses, we've decided to give away every business that sends us an email at visitorwinelands@gmail.com a 500 Rand credit to kickstart your summer promotion. Just go to visitthewinelands@gmail.com and you'll get a 500 Rand gift card to use in our digital promotion shop. And this will give you a nice kickstart on getting your promotion for summer done or started. Our featured podcast for this morning is with Lisa Loves Wines, Lisa Fontenau. I interviewed her a while ago, and she's a tour operator, and she will show you around in the winelands. Anytime you just need to book a tour with her, and in the language of your choice. Um, Remember that we're on tonight again at 7. But for now, firstly, I'm going to play the explainer video, telling you a little bit more about Lisa Loves Wines. Again, if you're a winery and you want to get one of these explainer videos, they are available. Just contact us at visitthewinelands@gmail.com. And if you want to be on our podcasts are free. Just let us know you want to be interviewed at visitthewinelands@gmail.com. But now, without wasting further time, listen to the podcast with Lisa. Welcome to About the Winelands. In this show, we will be chatting to leaders, influencers, wine producers, restaurants, and other role players. Tune in every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday for your latest episodes. You will find us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram TV, Spotify, Apple Podcast, and Google Podcast. Before we start the show, I need to share something really exciting. It's called the About the Winelands pop-up. And if you want to get your customers excited about your lockdown or online specials, you need to email us right now. Email us at visitthewinelands@gmail.com and add Winelands pop-up to the subject line. Who knows? We might just make you an offer you cannot refuse. That is visitthewinelands@gmail.com. Now, on with the show. Good day, everyone. Today I'm speaking to Lisa from Lisa Loves Wines. Welcome, Lisa, to About the Winelands.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much for the invite.
So, Lisa, tell me, how are you enjoying your lockdown period? Are you having a good time?
Well, to be honest with you, I'm enjoying the 2 hours extra a day. It's quite refreshing. To wake up refreshed every morning is a nice thing. I've never been a morning person, so well, that's quite nice. And otherwise, I must be honest with you, I enjoyed the time with my kids and my family. It was all an unusual experience, something we most probably will never have again. But I think it can slowly but surely come to an end now. I'd love to go walk on the beach and go back into the winelands. I miss it. I miss it terribly.
So, talking about the winelands, how did you get involved in the wine industry?
I went to Stellenbosch University.
Oh, that's a good way to start, right?
Yes, I think so too. Yes, a university in the winelands. You know, so it's everyone was sort of involved in the wine industry. No, seriously, I at that stage I was romantically involved with which the person who's my husband now, and he was as a winemaker, and all the events we went to, everything was around wine, and it united us because it meant meeting people, eating great food, and having great moments together, and we just loved it. It was a nice industry to be in, and it involved and connected a lot of different types of people. So it was lovely. That's how it started, and He then moved to Germany as a flying winemaker. And after my studies, I also went to Germany and stayed there for over 18 years before coming back to South Africa. But because I studied politics and multicultural relations, my partner was stationed in a very small remote little town with only one employer, which was at that stage the largest wine producer in Europe. It was also the only place where I would be able to work. So that's how I got into the wine industry itself. I started to work for this wine producer. And then once I returned to South Africa, I that's how I created Lisa Loves Wines. I started Lisa Loves Wines with the experience that I had in the industry in Europe.
Well, that's awesome. So I mean, you've been in the wine industry for quite a while. So, and also I mean, you speak different language. Which languages do you actually speak?
I speak Italian, French, German, and a bit of Spanish, as well as Afrikaans. Afrikaans is my mother language.
Amazing. So,
Yeah.
Lisa Loves Wine started as a tour business, am I right?
Yes. Well, I worked in the wine industry before. So when I came back to South Africa, I initially looked for work in the industry. But it really bothered me to think that I would be spending so much time in an office under a roof within four walls, or traveling again, which I didn't want to travel again at that stage. I wanted to stay put. So, it started by chance, really, as it so often does. And one tour guide actually in a coffee shop recommended an institute where I could get myself qualified. And that's where I started to freelance as a tour guide. And I then started Lisa Loves Wines as a company offering wine tours because that was inevitably my background. And I just enjoyed it so much to be back in South Africa and the Winelands. I wanted to share this joy, Often people who live in their own country, inhabitants or locals of such absolute beauty, are sometimes oblivious. They're oblivious to the grandiose mountain backdrops, the sea views, the landscape, the wildlife, and that you can enjoy all of this while softly sipping wine in the sun. I mean, it's like gorgeous. It's simply stunning. So I wanted to enjoy it. I wanted to experience it more. And but the wine tours, they were just the start of it all. Lisa Loves Wine's goal is to be a platform where people can connect and learn, and a platform where there is a cultural exchange, and enjoying authentic cultural experiences. So that's the beginning of Lisa Loves Wines, was actually just showing the world what the Cape is all about. But in the future, I hope to show the Cape what the world is all about in terms of wine. So that's the next challenge. You can watch the space.
Well, that's interesting. So, Lisa, what makes your, I mean, why would I come on your wine tour? What makes your wine tours different to other people's wine tours?
Well, they're very personal. They're authentic. They're in the tourist's home language. And Lisa Loves Wines can relate back to the tourists in the term that the tourist might understand and know, because of my experience in Europe and the mindset of the European consumer, and also the wine consumer, for which in which I work, in the milieu in which I worked, and as a brand manager and in marketing and sales. So it's a different type of tour if you can relate back to where the tourist comes from. No.
Well, that's interesting. So, are you currently, when people come on the tour, do you personally take them on the tour?
Yeah. Yes, at this stage I do it personally. Well, at the moment not, because of the virus. Funnily enough, the virus is, well, my industry is wine and tourism, and both of them are pretty much kaput now in lockdown. But when I do tours, I do it personally. It's all hands-on. And yes, what people appreciate is the knowledge of wines. Yeah, as I said, in the language of origin, and the personal nature. I think people appreciate an authentic experience. And I also visit wineries that not run of the mill wineries, smaller wineries, or just unknown wineries. Each winery has a story to tell. So that's that's what makes it a bit different.
Well, that's very nice. I mean, that's our aim
Hello?
is to tell the story of the
Yeah.
wineries. Yeah. I quickly want to share something exciting. I have heard via the grapevine that the Fishwives Club will be launching a new lifestyle club soon. If you have not heard of the Fishwives Club yet, just know that you are probably missing out on the sexiest wine label out there. To stay in the loop, please quickly go and follow them on Instagram. The Instagram handle is at the Fishwives Club Lifestyle. Let me repeat that, at the Fishwives Club Lifestyle. Now, on with the show. So, Lisa, in terms of any other services you offer or you're
Yes,
planning to
yes.
offer, can you expand on that now, or are you going to keep it a secret to a later date?
It's a little bit, well, it's a little bit fresh,
Okay.
but I'm super excited about it. It's so I'm going to reveal it. I would like to offer a platform for other wines, for people in Cape Town who are interested in wines. I find that there's a lack of accessible European and other world wines in South Africa, and I would like that that will be my next project, because I'm literally sitting at the source of a whole network of producers in the world that offer wonderful value for money and are unknown. And I think the South African wine connoisseur is appreciative enough of good quality wines that do not need to be a brand or a well-known brand or wine. I think South African palates are evolved enough to be able to appreciate lesser known, good value for money wines. And I would like to import these and offer a platform not only to taste the wines, but to experience them as a cultural offering, with with food, and still want to see how it develops with maybe, for example, if you do sherry, then you might have uh, a flamenco player, or you do sort of a pop-up system where you, for 1 month, you showcase sherry and the region sherry and the culture of sherry, the food of Jerez, and the next month you do the south of France, but with brands that you might not know, and are still great value for money. I, I look forward to partner with someone in the future and offer this right here, and especially now after Corona, where people might not be able to or do not want to travel to these countries, offering them right here, these experiences right here might be very interesting.
I just wanted to ask you about that. I mean, I think it's a fantastic idea, and I wondered if you're planning collaboration with some local partners or even other producers locally. That I think personally that for somebody here in South Africa to appreciate their own produce and our own wines, we need to expand our horizons and taste other stuff as well. So yeah, I think that is absolutely a fantastic idea.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
I have no with other individuals, yes, but not with wineries at this stage. No.
Okay, that's
Because
interesting.
I would be strictly speaking not, not a competition to them, but it would also be interest. Well, funnily enough, the winemakers in the region, all the people, the producers in the region, they all import wines from all over the world to be able to benchmark their own product. Because that's the one thing that's missing in South Africa, is that we have everything, in European countries, or in Germany, where I lived before, you have everything on offer. You have every country on offer, and the countries compete with one another on the shelf. Whereas here, we only have, generally speaking, South African wines, and um, I think people are open to new tastes and new backgrounds and new cultures, and it's just a question of getting the right entry point, because there's a misconception that overseas wines are extremely expensive, but that is, in fact, because it's always the brands that we see, and not necessarily the plain run-of-the-mill wines that are excellent quality and good value for money. And this is what I would like to showcase.
Well, that's amazing. So, Lisa, as a wine tour guide, and also with your business, Lisa Love Wines, and your presence online, you're becoming an influencer in the wine industry. So, if a wine producer or a wine estate is sitting there and thinking, I want to get more people to me, how do they get your attention? What do they need to do?
It's so easy, all producers are unique. They all offer a story to tell, and I enjoy hearing all of them. My main media platform is Instagram at the moment. I just enjoy the simplicity of pictures, videos, and a few words. And this is the thing that I particularly, as with people, wineries, producers, each winery or producer has a specific angle and a specific story to tell, and I think that I'm quite good at finding that story and portraying it, an authentic story, not necessarily that which most marketers tap into, where you need a lot of money. I don't believe in that. I believe in finding that story or that angle everyone has, because all wineries are unique, all producers are unique. Finding that story, and it's not an expensive thing, and then to speak of that and reveal that to the world. And I think that's what makes Lisa Loves Wines unique, is the capacity to see that in a producer or in a winery.
That sounds awesome. So you've mentioned the coronavirus, and like you said, it forces everyone to rethink their business models. I like your idea of bringing the world to South Africa.
Yeah.
Do you have any other changes or ideas for your business in mind? And do you have any ideas for maybe for your producers as well, on what they can do while they're stuck in a system where they can't really accept visitors to their place?
I think this is a wonderful opportunity to engage with your customers, with your public, in an interesting, well, as I always say it again, but in an authentic manner, to find what is your unique offering, and that I find very important for all producers, is to find that and to showcase it. But the way that the world of tourism will change, at least, is that I think we're going to have to focus a lot on local tourism and engage our own people, and that's going to be important for wineries and producers to find a way how to attract them. I envisage like family reunion packages, where people can come out to the Winelands, to a place that they maybe don't know, and sit around a fire and drink wine and enjoy each other's company as a family, where they feel safe and secure. And that's going to be very important after the corona, that people feel safe, and feel that things are clean, and that it's, they can be sure that the chances are very small that they will contract the virus, because that's something that's on everyone's mind.
Awesome. That sounds like a very good idea. So, Lisa, your wine journey has been interesting. So, what is the most important thing that you've learned from your wine journey?
That most people in the world have the same idea about life, love, and laughter. We can all sit around a table, enjoy each other's company, all of us, mostly. It's rare that people are utterly unenjoyable. All we need is a table and a glass of wine and a platform to connect.
That's interesting. So, on that note, can you give us your very own wine quote?
Yes. Wine and vines are very much like people. Those that struggle or make an effort in life are far more interesting and have more character than those who do not.
Awesome.
That's my finding. Yes.
That's very good. Lisa, if people want to get hold of you, how do they find Lisa Loves Wines? How do they find you?
On Instagram, on Facebook, those are the platforms that I am keeping up to date. I'm restructuring my website as everyone else is doing in the Corona time. And my website will be live within the next month. I'll have my new website out.
Awesome. We'll put the links, all the links down in the description. Lisa, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for taking the time speaking to us. And I'm sure our listeners will find this interesting.
Yes, thank you.
And
thank you.
yeah, I know you're busy, so thank you for the time. I appreciate it. Thank you for supporting our show. If you would like to get more exposure for your business, please have a look at our sponsorship options. Thanks again for supporting About the Winelands. Please follow us on YouTube and on our social media channels. All details and links are in the description.